y'all ready?
Yeah.
Do gay men and women need Jesus to save them?
No. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow!
Did you just say disastrous? Well, I'm saved. I don't know about y'all. I'm okay. No,
Saved according to who though?
I know,
Yeah.
it's just like, save us from what?
exactly.
I think that's
That's
from
the
hell.
question.
From hell, yeah. This, Sodom and Gomorrah, that's where we're going.
Really?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I'll see you down there.
Yeah, I'm with everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
And most straight people are gonna be down there too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know
not
what I mean?
all.
So, are you guys religious?
No. No.
I'm not religious.
Yeah, I hope it's that.
Spiritual.
I say spiritual.
Yeah.
Spiritual.
Okay, but what does that mean? Because I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
I think I believe in more of like a higher power of some sort, but I don't associate it to religion because I feel just like religion, there's just a lot of boundaries that I don't think should be there when it
Yeah.
comes to having
Agreed.
faith.
Yeah.
You know?
So I don't follow a rule book
Yeah,
according
exactly.
to a
There shouldn't
different
be any rules.
to anything like that. To me, it's about moral ethics.
Yeah.
Certain things that we are taught in the Bible, in the Quran, whatever. It's just about moral ethics.
Yes.
You know, about how you should morally treat one another and how you should be as a person. That's stuff that we should know, that our parents should pass on to us, that we're just decent and good human beings. But I'm not going to, I mean, I was raised Roman Catholic because that's what my father is.
Yeah.
But when I realized that I don't actually believe in the stuff in the church and the things that are going on, I mean, like Roman Catholics, are you kidding me? You have priests that sodomize boys.
Exactly.
Like, are you, like seriously?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's real.
Do you know what I mean? It's real. So when that became a reality for me, I was like, no.
But do the
I'm not-
Roman Catholic Church kind of condone or outwardly,
I don't know. I don't think they
do
can.
they say anything about it?
It's so underground, man. They've kept it. They know it's there, but they cover it up every single
Kind of
time.
brushed under the carpet.
It's brushed under the carpet, and they cover it up every single time.
Doesn't it happen in like other Christian denominations as well?
Donations.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think it
I don't
Yeah.
think it's just Catholic.
No, it's not just.
But that's, I think they like.
I think it's more commonly known with
Yeah.
Catholic
Yes.
Catholic
Yeah.
religion.
No, I think it's the people are people, do you know what I mean? It doesn't
Exactly.
matter kind of what religion you decide to align yourself with. Like, if you're an idiot, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
basically.
Like an idiot,
exactly.
do you know what I
Basically.
mean? So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I was raised Roman Catholic, but I think growing up and then kind of
Okay.
yeah, Catholic, yeah. So, but I think growing up and then kind of coming into myself as a person, I just couldn't associate myself with religion that condemns what I do. Do you know what I mean? Who I am as a person. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense to me. So
Yeah.
I kind of.
So when you guys say that you was like raised Catholic, what is that? What did you have to do? Did you have to go to mass and say Hail Marys and stuff?
Well, that's, I mean, I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like Sunday school and going to confession
Sunday
and,
school
you know,
especially.
sitting down and doing 7 Hail Marys and 4 Our Fathers in order to be forgiven for stealing the cookie from the cookie. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in that. I
You
know
stole the cookie.
I stole the cookie. I stole all the cookie. But I mean, condemned, gone. But I don't believe in that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I feel that I've done something wrong, I'm gonna sit here and speak to the higher power and just be like, yo, I messed up, and I need forgiveness in that sense, and I need to forgive myself. I don't really need to crawl in the side of my bed and be like 7 Hail Marys, 4 Our Fathers, sing a hymn, then go to confession, then cover myself in olive oil.
That sounds so
How
expensive.
many Hail Marys are required? Like, how do they work out? Like,
That depends
according
on
to
the-
the sin, is there
yeah,
like a
the
book
sin.
where you kind of go down the index and like, oh, okay, fornication, that's 47 Hail Marys. Like, how do they work that out?
I'm assuming there's a code. There's like a priest thing that they learn. I don't know. Yeah, I think the worse the sin, the higher, the longer you'll be kneeling saying those prayers.
See, I grew Christian, but Baptist, and I went to a Roman Catholic secondary school. So that's how I know about like the Hail Marys and stuff like that. It was a lot, and we had to go mass all the time. growing up in church anyway, I don't really think that I associated my sexuality with the church in the slightest at the beginning. I just went on, I liked the songs, I liked to sing, so that was all good. Sunday school was fun, I had my friends there, Bible class was fun, all this was fun. It wasn't until I started to come out, which was around 20 years old, that I really started to then have a really analytical look at what it is that I'm putting myself into and who I feel I am. And putting them together is when I started to realise, okay, this doesn't really check off because I know I'm not doing anything wrong and this is saying that, so that's not really making sense. And then I started to look at other stuff and there was other contradictions. I didn't really understand the free will versus your life being written for you. That always confused me as well. There was a whole bunch of everything. So I was like, maybe this isn't me. And going on from that, I then started to look back and think, you know what, I don't even know if I ever really believed. I feel like maybe I just enjoyed the company, I enjoyed the energy of the church and that stuff, but I didn't really believe. So, and I went through a phase of saying that I was spiritual. Which is why I was like, what's that? Because I didn't know at the time. I just liked the sound of it. And I thought it was cool because I felt like there's something else out there. And that was the term that would just like, it will fit. It will work to say that I was spiritual. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm atheist. I don't believe that. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Do you believe there's a God?
That's a good question.
Probably not. Probably not.
What do you think?
But why? Why did your association with? Well, okay, I know you said that you didn't. You think that you just went for the joy of going. But how is it that you have like no association? Why is there that you have no connection with?
I feel like because I don't like to make rash decisions without really looking into stuff anyway. And after really looking at the Bible and the things that it was saying, I guess. I kind of felt like when the Bible describes God, it's describing us. It talks about God being the creator, we are creators, God being in control of your destiny, we are in control of our destiny, and all that stuff. So I was thinking like, maybe it's, I don't know how the world started and how we got here or why we're here, but I do know that I'm definitely in control of my life, and I should be living and doing what I see fit. And going from the morals that was taught to me by the church, because that's the community, and by my parents. So that's just the way I kind of look to live it. As for being saved, like, I'm not in danger.
How does that have your dissociation from God?
That's the best line.
That's like maybe religion, but what not makes you believe in God?
It's because I don't feel like I've ever felt anything. That everyone keeps on talking about this feeling of the Holy Spirit taking over you, or and I faked it. Like I dropped on the floor, and I stayed on the floor for a good amount of time, and with my eyes closed, I thought to myself, you know what? Should I open it now? Should I open it now? Then eventually I opened my eyes, and it was like, you've been down there for a long time. I can see you doing it.
No, there's been times where I'm thinking. But then there's been times where like I'm genuinely like, no, I feel like that was real. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I think that we live on a spiritual plane. Do you know what I mean? So like when people kind of gather together in the same space with the same objective, whether it be to go to church and worship, or to celebrate a football team, or go raving or whatever, there's a certain energy in the air, and if you kind of give into that energy, then you will get drawn into something. Do you know what I mean? So
but then don't you think that could have been just the energy of people around our congregation as opposed to God?
Yes, but to say that I faked that experience, no, man, felt something. Like I felt something. I can't necessarily call it the Holy Spirit.
It pushes your frequency up, because it's all about frequency. So it pushes your frequency up. So if you go in and people are buzzing around you, you're taking off their frequency. You're gonna buzz immediately. You're gonna go home being like, I never felt anything like that. So whether it is the Holy Spirit or frequency or whatever, it's still pushing you up a different level.
I mean, no, I know it's disrespectful saying that. But isn't it? When you have an atmosphere and everyone's dancing, you get high off everyone dancing. It's that feeling when you go home like, oh fuck, I'm mean, that's fair. I have every good night.
You need to be safe.
It's just like you go to church and everyone looks spiritual, like it's a nice feeling now. I do understand that aspect of it, but I don't really call myself religious.
Do you guys feel like you're sinners?
We're all sinners.
We're all sinners. We all do
I don't feel like I'm a sinner because of my sexuality. Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
But I have done stuff that is very sinful. Like, I mean, I stole like Hubble Bubble once.
And the drink shop. So we got a cookie stealer, Hubble Bubble.
Yeah, we've all sinned. Every single person on this earth sins.
But I think there's a problem. I think that we have to stop allowing people to categorize what we do as sin.
Yes.
You know, because there's even some gay people or some people in the LGBT community who classify it as a sin.
Yes.
So they are actively sinning, and you know, I think that's a big problem. I think it's a big problem because it continues to criminalize what we do. You know, in certain societies.
And to emasculate what we do as a proper and a taboo.
It attaches feeling from it. You know, it makes it seem like it's just an act rather than, you know,
it's
a lot of it is feeling. So
something everyone does it.
Yeah.
I mean, no, don't worry. I was agreeing with her in my own little way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was, babe, trust me, you'd watch it back. It's just something inappropriate, that's all. I'm hungry.
I know what you said.
I feel like I know what you said. Okay.
Interesting.
So, is religion a gift or a curse to us then?
It's by no means a curse. It's definitely a gift, but to me it is.
I think there's yin and yang.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Do you believe in? Are you still like religious?
I wouldn't say religious at all. No.
But you still.
Yeah, I still.
That's your Christianity.
No, I don't at all. But where my belief is there is a higher being.
Yeah, I feel like
I definitely believe that. I do think that I was created, or you know, things around me have been created.
Yeah.
But you know, I attribute that more to the universe.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we're talking about energies and frequencies.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's where it's spiritual.
I'm still understanding that. I haven't got all the answers, but
yes.
you know, I put it into practice what I am learning, and it's you see it manifest.
Yeah.
So to me, it is about, you know, energies, and it is about, you know, knowing how to keep that from you. You know, you can kind of do your best to keep your energies as good as you can and emit that as much as you can.
Yeah.
Of course, and that's how you kind of energies
and that's how you keep the negative shit at bay, you know. So you can't always control other people's energies. That's something that I'm understanding. What people do, you can't control that.
Yes.
You can just control yourself and what you do.
And then you receive it.
Exactly.
Do you think that's why? That's like with religion, though.
But that's why I say there's a yin and yang with religion.
For me, it's exactly the same
like
concept.
It's like a rule book.
It's the same concept.
But that's a man-made rule book.
It's a man-made.
That's why it's a yin and yang with religion, because it's a man-made rule book. Man said blah blah blah.
This is the thing though. Going back to what you were saying earlier on about the religions kind of having the same kind of moral guides that they you know what I mean? So technically, it's not even a case of it necessarily being a man-made thing. It's like there are spiritual, conscious kind of ways of living where, as humans, we're like, do you know what? That's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then what's happened is like our geographical or cultural status has added in these other little nuanced foolishness that then discriminates against people because of other stuff. Do you know what I mean?
But you still have new religions that are popping up here and there.
Yes.
That you know what I mean? That are like, we're branching off from this, we're branching off from that. That's man-made. Do you know what I mean? So you're right, in the spiritual elements of all religion, the ethical part is from a higher place. It is what we should be doing and how we should be behaving. But then there's a little bit of man-made stuff that come in there that people really follow.
Yeah, so like I've had some good experiences in church and some negative ones, you know what I mean? Like I can't write off religion altogether like it serves no purpose, because I think like growing up and going to Sunday school and stuff like that, you learn kind of moral reasons and good things to do.
You have really good experiences in Sunday school,
bro. Do you know what? You were children.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
I hated it.
Why though?
I feel like I was just being forced and dumped.
But what happened at Sunday school to make you hate it, bro?
I don't think I really even wanted to go to church in the first place, but it's like we had to do every Sunday, and then I would just get dumped in Sunday school.
But then weren't there children around?
I didn't care about them. I didn't want to be there.
You just immediately had a block.
Terrible.
But where did that come from though? Because surely like
I
the
just
first time
never
you didn't know
really
what church
liked
was.
it.
So like,
It's so weird. I just never. I don't know. Never liked it.
Was it?
But going to church on my own as an adult, I appreciate more.
Well, then that's what it is. Yeah. Sometimes
I feel like being forced.
The forcing.
Yeah.
Because it's something that we do as part of a family. You do it every Sunday. You wake up at 7 a.m.
Not one
iron
Sunday school
clothes.
thing I had.
Wear your best.
You wear your best.
Yeah.
You know, you get ready. You go.
Doesn't matter. I
whole
really
day
liked
affair.
church as a kid.
I
Like,
did.
I would get up and leave my family in the yard,
Really?
brushing teeth and ironing clothes. I'd be on the
not
bus
me.
or in a cab
Terrible.
on my way to church.
Had to
bruv.
go
Like,
hang out.
I want to be on time. This is great. Like, I had a good time. Do you know what I mean?
I did.
It's only when like, I got older and I started like looking at my sexuality and like questioning why I did not have this urge to marry a dude. Do you know what I mean? It was like, alright, cool, there's an issue here. Do you know what I mean? And then the experience of talking to people about what I was struggling with, and their responses, because some were just way out. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I asked you to be such and such to my child because of your position in your relationship with God. I don't know how I feel about you anymore. Sorry?
Oh.
Wow.
Like, sorry, it's been a long time since we've been Cody's fam. Like, what do you mean? But like, it's what they're taught, it's what they're indoctrinated with. You know what I mean? And you can't help but you can't judge them for that, because we know that at some point we were slightly in it. Like, yeah, you know, I kind of agree. Yeah, to Jesus. Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know. I don't feel like even all of the times that I was inside church, I don't think I ever felt like. I think there's what my mom said to me about you have to wipe the smut out of your own eye first, before, and those without sin can cast the first stone. Those two kind of things stuff really stuck to me, and I felt like as a Christian at the time, in order for me to really be Christian, I had to follow those kind of things. So I really, and even still up to this day, I really try not to be judgmental, and I don't feel like anyone in the church should be, because I still know to go to church is about understanding that we're not all perfect and trying to be something together and trying to grow to be better. So you can't expect anyone to be perfect in there and demonize them for not being perfect. So I didn't really feel like that when I was in church, but I feel like all of my experiences were virtually good, really. Loads of fun in Bible class, in Sunday school. I had there was this amazing lady who like done drama as well. Like she was like acting, and she came to the church, and then she like done a drama group inside the church. So that really kept me there. Was doing all of that stuff. It was fun.
Maybe that was it, because I was involved, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I played music, I was in a
being
choir,
involved.
I was active. I wasn't in trouble sitting on the second row with the old people. Man,
I always found it awkward to pray though.
What?
Praying for me is the most awkward thing in the world.
Wow.
I think because I never really believed it. So like as soon as we have to sit down and we have to say a prayer, I have to close our eyes. I didn't want to close my eyes because I felt like I felt stupid. I like saying the amen, saying hallelujah was the most uncomfortable thing to leave my mouth. Like it was horrible. And putting your hand up, praise, all of that stuff was just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was just all of the like singing, I was fine with. Let's sing.
It's learned behaviour. I can't say that the first time I put my hands in the air and was like, praise the Lord.
Because you really felt it.
Genuine, because that's what everyone else was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. Like, I watch the children do it at church when I pass through anyway. Like, I'm like, oh, bless their little heart. Like, probably trying to get in it.
How do you guys feel then when you see like on the internet a little kid, like a 4-year-old, 3-year-old that's just going ham for God? How does that make you feel?
I don't really feel anything if I'm honest. I'm just a bit like, really?
I just roll my eyes at it. Oh yeah.
But why do you guys roll your eyes at it?
Because for me, that's very much brainwashed to me. Like it's brainwashing. I think that it's very much learned behaviour. How to preach, how to to emulate somebody that you see in a pulpit, and to do this, to do all of that.
I watched a documentary once called Jesus Camp, which is about exactly that. And and it's like this camp for kids in America.
For prayer warriors.
For prayer warriors. And it actually creeped me out, to be honest with you.
Do you know what?
Like 4-year-olds all like, I was like, mate, you should be playing.
Sure, they picked the right camp. They picked the right camp.
They really did.
Like I watched that thing and I was like, you know what? We went to camp when we was young.
Yeah, so did I.
And it was nothing like
exactly.
It was not. We had half an hour of prayer before breakfast. Do you know what I mean? And most of that was singing a couple of songs. And then so they picked the right place.
They really did.
Yeah.
And I know they kind of made it extreme. Do you know what I mean? They picked the right camp and they made it extreme, and they kind of just went, whoa.
Do you know the scene that killed it for me though, dude?
What?
Was when she took out the teddy bear lion thing
God,
and was doing the example of the lion's like your sin, and you dance with the thing once, and there's a little kitty cat.
What's this thing called?
Jesus Cat, bro. Netflix, check it out.
I'm gonna check it out.
But yeah, like, she was like, sin starts off as a little kitten. And then, you know, you can play with it, but then it grows into a big lion, and they've got these kids fully fearing, like, taking anything, just experimenting with moral boundaries, because there's a big lion chasing you. Like, no, that's intense.
You can't do that to 4-year-olds.
That's
I'm
intense.
sorry.
Kids are sitting there crying, I'm sorry.
No, exactly. Because I mean, my religious like thing, you know, going to church and all of that. I also had a good time. I had a good time at Sunday school. I had a good time singing. I had a good time doing all of that. I got to school, and we had something called Scripture Union, which is like every Tuesday and Thursday after school we'd get together and sing hymns and like learn different verses of the Bible. But it was very chilled and fun. They actually made it fun. And we used to have camp every couple of weeks and go on these camps, and like exactly what you said, adults are doing this, so you're like, okay, also me, but not because you're really feeling anything. But for me, it was more like, I'm going to camp. I'm going to camp. It wasn't about, oh, it's a scripture camp. It was like, it's camp.
Yeah, no, my friends are going.
And my friends are going, and we get to do obstacle courses, and we get to swim, and we get to have a good time and play activities. 10 minutes of prayer, half an hour singing.
Yeah,
easy.
it's fine. Playtime.
Exactly, do you know what I mean? So like, it wasn't a thing for me. And then when I got older, it was my mental illness came into it, my sexuality came into it. By the time I was like 17, 18, religion just dropped for me. I stopped going to church when we're meant to do like Holy Communions and stuff as Catholics. I didn't even do my second Holy Communion. So if I was a heterosexual, I couldn't get married in a Catholic church, which is like whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, so I stopped going to church after my first Holy Communion, and that was it. It was like 10, 12, and that was it. And then I spent my early teens just trying to figure stuff out and figure out where I sat and how I felt about everything. And once I got to like figuring out the mental illness, coming out and all of that, I just realized that I'm probably more spiritual than I am actually religious. And that's when I found my spiritual path.
What happened with the mental illness stuff?
You know, when you're in that phase, you're just in such a dark place and you don't believe that anything is there. Do you know what I mean? I just lost hope in everything. I was just like, there's no God, there's no this, there's no that. Why would I be in this deep, dark pit? If there was a God, why would he do this to me? Why would I feel this way? Why would my life turn out like this? Why would my mom do that? Do you know what I mean? So you just start questioning everything. And you're adolescent, so you're like teenage angst. So you just hate everything. But now, I'm spiritualist in the sense that I have like incense and my Buddhas and my prayer beads, but then I have a massive cross that I take with me everywhere. And people always get confused when they come into my house. They're like, yeah, you got all these Buddhist things, then you got this massive cross, like, what are you? And I'm like, I just believe. That cross has gotten me through some dark shit. So it stays with me because it has helped me get through some seriously dark shit. And maybe it's the symbolism behind it.
Yeah, do you not think that it could have been you?
It could be, but like this, like, yeah, I don't know, like it's you know, like exorcist shit, like that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like bad, dark energy shit, and that cross was just doing its thing and had my back.
But do you guys think that if you believe in religions, then you believe in ghosts and stuff like that?
Well, as a spiritualist, I believe in different realms, and there are different realms. I'm not saying I believe in ghosts.
I do.
But I believe, well, I mean, I do believe in ghosts. What I'm saying is, as a spiritualist, like, there's good energies and there's bad energies.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's yin and yang in everything.
Okay.
So I do believe in the dark side, but only because I've had experience with the dark side.
Yes.
Hence the cross.
Wow. I don't think I've ever experienced anything. I've had like a couple dreams of demons, but that's about it. No. Just a couple dreams. Yeah, I've met a couple.
They stay subconsciously.
But nothing. I don't really feel like I've felt anything like.
But you're not open to it though. That's why.
But I've tried to be. I've tried to be open. No, I've opened myself up. I feel I've opened myself up and been like, spirits take me.
They know you're joking.
Like that.
That's why they're not. They know you're joking. They're like, no.
Take me. No, it wasn't like that. But like, I feel like I've tried, and it's just I've got nothing bad.
Do you know what that sounds like? Tarrying service, but did you not have tarrying service?
No.
I don't know
Like where basically they had like a portion of the service where you would spend time trying to receive the Holy Ghost, and you'd be there and you'd be like, Jesus, until your mouth kind of went. But if you're in your head, you're skeptical of what one, then they have the experience that you have, where it's like, man's open to it, but it's not coming. But it's like, it's where you are in your mind, like your belief of whether or not it will actually happen. Do you know what I mean?
Because you still
back down, because you're back in your mind, you're still kind of cynical.
Yeah.
But
you're low key knowing that it's not really going to work.
Exactly.
That's because it's not gonna work. But you guys also know it's not gonna work. I feel like you guys know, and because you're getting to this open state, you're just fooling yourself.
No,
I don't know.
that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I don't understand how any of it can work, and I want to understand because it's interesting. I find religion and people's beliefs so interesting. So I've looked at all different religions as well, like yourself. I've looked at Buddhism, I've looked at Islam, I've looked at so many different things, Hinduism, to really try and get a nice holistic understanding, and I've got some great morals out of them.
That's about it.
Definitely.
Yeah, me too. Like, I don't feel anything
specific for
religion at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, churches kind of make me nervous, if I'm honest. And I don't quite know what it is, but whenever I'm in a church, I'm always feeling a bit like, I don't know.
Do you think he's trying to say something about your sexuality?
Daniel, they can't
I don't
tell,
think
bro.
so.
That's a lie. I was in a church once, right? Not about my sexuality, though. But I had a boil in the morning. This is so funny. Yeah, a boil. I sat on my aunt's toilet. I had a boil. So we went to church that morning, Sunday, yeah? And the pastor called me out in front of everyone. He knew I had a boil. It's not a joke. It was on Ben TV. It was terrible. So embarrassing. The man, get up, Julia, get up. He's talking to you. So how would he know something like that? And then everyone was praying. Because it wasn't that serious. Only a fucking boil.
Did he actually say?
Yes, he
No, wait.
All right.
No,
He said
wait.
somebody has a boil in the congregation.
Yes, that's what he said. Please stand up. And everyone was looking around.
Did he ask if anybody else had any other stuff?
He said he repeated it 3 times and he was looking our way.
Or someone who can't hear. Bring me the deaf. Bring me the
I believe that. That's where I was.
Take his boil. Take it.
He didn't laugh so much.
No, but that happens in church all the time. They say something like that, who has a boil, and then the people will be like, no one will speak, and they're like, oh, I understand, you just maybe don't want to stand up right now, but we'll pray for you anyway. Yeah, and then all of that reaching.
But anybody could have a boil.
They're reaching.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're coming up with something like
They're reaching
new.
far. Olympics.
So leading on from what you said about being nervous about going to church, so it's one of the reasons why I stopped going, and reason being is that you sometimes being in a black church, especially Pentecostal, you get those special pastors and bishops from out of town, right? That they're gonna come and prophesy. They've got something to say. They've got something to share with the congregation, and there was always this feeling of being put on the spot, like he's gonna call you out, call your business out, like that's what you were saying, isn't it? And I think that kind of experience in church makes you really detached, like it makes you want to detach yourself from ever kind of experiencing, that call out. You've got your whole family, you've got people that you've grown up with that are kind of your extended family, and for them to kind of call you out, call you to the front to be prayed for in any kind of fashion is just, I'm super nervous about it. And I think that's one thing that really needs to change in terms of how these leaders deliver their message. I think there's a lot of issue behind reasoning. I think culture has a lot of influence in it. But it's only because if that doesn't change, then relationships with people and beliefs and faith won't change.
But don't you think that'll be difficult though? Because isn't like the whole point of church as well is to be relatable and for them to really bring it to the congregation.
Of course, but if they have their own personal feelings about something, which a lot of the time happens, they might personally feel a way about homosexuality. They deliver that based off of how they feel.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with
And it's
what's
horrible.
so it's embellished. It's there's extra stuff added in. There's they're sleeping with kids and they're trying to there's an agenda. They're trying to, and there's no fucking agenda.
Yes.
There's just no agenda. No one cares. Like,
well, then it's not so much that they're speaking to the congregation and calling out things. It's more so that you just want them to stick to the Bible.
Oof.
No, I think the problem is that the Bible is read too literally.
Yes.
I think there aren't many people who read between the lines, decipher it, maybe apply it contextually.
Yes.
I think they read it literally. They don't read the scriptures before, after, or the verses. They don't read it in its entirety. So, you've got different Bibles, different translations of this Bible. And then you've got different people who read it, who have their own interpretation of it, and so they stand in front of people.
They can choose what they want to read.
Exactly.
Yes.
They stand in front of people and say that this was received from God, on Monday. This is what they've meditated on it and they've chewed upon it all over the week and whatever. So this is what they're gonna chat about on Sunday. So it does come from personal experience.
Yeah, it does.
But it's always gonna come from personal experience, and they believe it. So.
Yeah, but it's not. But for some people that deliver that message, it's not. This is my experience and take what you can from it. It's more like this is what you should and shouldn't do.
Yes,
based
they're
off
telling
of
you that
what God has told me.
But it's their own personal, that's how they feel, but they want to just interpret like God said.
The thing is, sometimes it's not even how they feel, it's like stuff that they've heard from before, do you know what I mean? So, like, I've had people talk to me about certain scriptures and the Bible speaks about Sodom and Gomorrah, and I'm like, dude, have you actually read it? I've never read it. So his understanding of it has been through what other people have said.
There's a lot about Sodom and Gomorrah that people don't actually understand.
I'm telling you.
It's not really
it's got
about
nothing to do with it's got nothing to do with that. It's to do with the hospitality of the people at the time.
Here's my thing. You can't use that scripture to condemn me when the people were trying to rape the angel and the godly man said, yo, don't rape the angel, take my daughter. Nah, bruv. I'm sorry. You just sent a child out to a load of gang of rapists. That's what you was trying to do.
Yeah.
And you're trying to condemn me. I don't think so. I don't think so.
And it also talks about like you're meant to follow what Jesus says anyway, and forget the Old Testament, and Jesus doesn't mention homosexuality
at all
either. So like in that, with loads of Christians trying to go for that, I think what needs to change is that they need to start really practicing what they know, because I don't think that they don't know this stuff. I feel like they do know it. They just need to start practicing it and stop allowing their personal judgment and their personal experience to hinder and to get in the way of what they believe God is actually saying. I think that's what they need to do.
I think they need to stop putting homosexuality on a pedestal like it's worse than.
I know we're amazing, but like gosh,
it's like it's anything else. The same as gossip. The same as.
It makes no sense. How could they put homosexuality higher than murdering?
Yes.
Like murderers, they're cool. They're down.
They always compare it to paedophilia and terrorism.
Stop doing that.
That's
pisses me off.
Like just because I'm gay, I'm gonna start fiddling with a child.
It's disgusting. It really infuriates me, because that's actually something that my dad said.
Really?
Yeah, and I understand why he said it. Not that I condone it, but I think it's the abnormal sexuality. It's deviance from
sexual desire.
So that's how they see it. That it's in that category.
It's on par.
Of having sex with animals and having sex with kids.
Yeah.
It's foul. It's disgusting, and I find it so. It offends me so much to be categorized and say it's so not even anywhere the same thing in any way, shape, or form.
No, exactly. If you're gonna be a paedophile, you're a paedophile. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is.
And this is the thing. Sex between like consenting adults is
consenting
adults. Involving a child, no consent. Involving an animal, no consent. So
not
it's not
the
end. If you want to simplify it like that, like seriously, like that's I think it's really disgusting, and I think it's a big problem. We need to stop allowing people to place, you know, homosexuality, what we do, as a sin. Like it's you know, you deviate it, you make it a bad thing.
Because the thing is that even if you look at so many people who are religious and the ones who will turn around and say that homosexuality is a sin, you're not meant to have sex before you get married.
Exactly.
When it comes to a lot of, do you know what I mean? And people still do it, and the ones who are going to come and give you grief about your sexuality and say it's not in the Bible, have 6 children with different baby names. And I'm just like, seriously?
It's true, the most homophobic people are really
do you know what I
religious,
mean?
to be honest.
And it's not fair.
You know what it is? It's because the other sins are like moments, do you know what I mean? Like, you had a moment where you were weak and you gave in to having sex and fornicating and therefore child like we chose this, do you know what I mean? Like, no,
stop thinking that we chose this.
No, I'm sorry, but even in that sense, even in your moments of weakness, you have 6
still make
kids
a
with different
decision.
baby daddies, you chose to make that mistake 6 times.
There's a lot of things that go inside, you know.
But that's a lot more
forgivable.
forgivable.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're like, I'm a fornicator, then they're gonna look at you different.
Yeah.
You can come back with, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you can always be forgiven from that.
Like, if you're saying, do you know what, I'm gay or whatever, like, you're not going to
be forgiven from that
until you get back to being straight.
But because excuse me, it's because of the shame, or you know what that means for them as our parents or family. Is the how people are going to look at them now. What are people going to say about me? You know, that means I didn't raise my daughter right. That means I didn't do this. I didn't do that. So I'm the problem then. You know, so it's having to explain that to other people.
That's what's annoying.
And I think that's really the problem when it is, you know, coming out, or you know, that's what they're most fearful of. You know, how they're going to explain that to other people. You know, because people are going to look at it differently. You know, you can explain away, you know, your child that's had, you know, a child. You can explain that away. You know, your 16-year-old has had a baby in the church. It's okay. You know, and there's quite a few of them like that I grew up with that had kids. They were single. They didn't, you know, and that's fine. You still see them in church, and then she had another one. I was like, okay, you ain't married, but okay. Do you know what I mean? But
double standards.
Absolutely. So it's a real fucking.
I do feel like queer people are more sensitive in church than somebody who has a kid out of wedlock. Of course. And with that being said, it's probably a part of the issue. Well, I think maybe queer Christians maybe need to lose a bit of sensitivity and just go to church for what they want church to be, and have that one-on-one relationship with their God, and just see it as that, and not really look on the outside like people of our sins.
But then this is the thing though, like, because I tried to go to church for a little while after I came out, like, because my whole life, do you know what I mean? That's how I understood the world to work. So like, but being there and knowing that because you've owned your sexuality, they are looking at you as a sinner. You're no longer that person that used to come in all them other weeks and was, you know what I mean? You have claimed to be a sinner, and as much as you're hearing or showing up, you're still not good enough. Do you know what I mean? You're still not actively living your sin, even though you used to be, because now we know that you're attracted to women. We didn't know before. We're uncomfortable with the fact that we know, so we're going to treat you different. So like, you've got to be a strong character to choose to be in that situation. Like, I want to come here for.
And don't forget, these are people that you've grown up with. These are like they are your extended family. They've seen you from when you were 9 years old, and now you're 15. Like, you know, they've seen you grow. So it's difficult. It's difficult to have that kind of like, I don't care, and I've just.
I guess it's easier said than done. But the times that I have gone back to church, I have gone back to church. But every time that I've gone, it's not to praise God or to receive anything. It's just been to see my mum there. and sit down beside her while she listens to the guy speak, and that's all it is to me. So I guess for me then it would be easy to say that, but I still do think that it's quite possible. And if you are a true Christian and this is what you want, like, then it really doesn't matter what anybody else says. Like, it doesn't.
I have no desire at all to be a part of religion or to go to church.
What could they do differently that would invite you?
Disappear.
Straight up.
Religion is a faster.
It really is. Like, I'm sitting here listening to you lot of stories, and as much as I'm hearing you and I'm understanding, I just can't relate because I don't have that correlation with religion at all. It just doesn't make no sense to me. I feel nothing for it. It should just go away, as far as I'm concerned. I just feel nothing for it at all.
I think people should just do their thing, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be religious or whatever your religion is, go do your thing, don't inflict it on other people.
Exactly.
Just leave it, do you know what I mean? Don't inflict it on other people, that's it.
I think that's what it is, like, I don't like the fact that they're trying to force me
I want to stop it down.
that I don't believe it.
Yeah.
They feel the same about us, bro.
Yeah.
They feel the same about us
This is what I'm saying.
and our gay views on
the gay gender.
It's like, how can we just help you to grow?
But the thing is, with our gay views and our gay gender, we're just going, we're people.
Yeah.
What we do behind closed doors just so happens to be with the same sex.
people are
We're not trying to change people. We're not trying to make a whole bunch of a gay world.
Yeah.
We're not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing. If they had to turn around and say, well, you're doing the same. No, we're not. I'm not trying to make everyone gay.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want anybody to be gay. How boring. What must I do? Then I've been with everybody. Now what? But you know what I mean? It's not the same thing. So keep it to yourself. It's like veganism. You want to be a vegan? Cool. There.
Yes.
Leave me alone. I like to eat my burger. Do you know what I mean? I'm not the one who owns the cow farm and the slaughterhouse. I'm not the one who's doing the bad shit. No, but you're contributing. I'm one person. Do you know what I mean? If I want to change and I want to become a vegetarian and I want to become a vegan, let me do it on my own accord.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm a bad human being.
But it's the thing, it's society and community, innit? And feeling like you need to belong. So you need to kind of adhere to a certain set of rules. In the same way, like we was talking about the LGBT community, and if you're a stud, you got to do it. And if you're a femme, and if you're a top, and if you're like, it's the same in your dietary requirements. Like if you're a vegan, you can't do this, but you're not allowed to eat that. I'm grown, I'll eat whatever I like.
But exactly though.
So yeah, it's just how society works.
Yeah, we rule book everything.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yes.
We rule book everything. I mean, when I was in South Africa, there were different words for like people in the LGBT community, but I didn't know nothing about no stud, top, left, right, bottom. I came here and it was like, oh, so you're like a stud, what? And I was like, I'm a what? I'm just a lesbian. What do you mean? Do you know what I mean? It's just, we just have to rule book everything, and it's weird.
It's annoying.
The future of religion. I think religion is extremely outdated. Because I don't really feel anything for it. I just don't think it should exist. However, I don't think religion will ever change. Not in my lifetime or in our lifetimes. I think it's so dated and so set in this rules and regulations of this book that's been created by a man that it will just be that way. I don't.
I think the difficulty.
Be gone with it. I think
the difficulty is, because like for a lot of people, religion is so ingrained in their lives and in what they do, and generations after generation. It's so deeply rooted. So then, if you are not part of that, if you decide to deviate, then there's something wrong with you. Why don't you feel this? Yeah, you're a sinner. You know, you're a black sheep. You think differently. That's what my mom said to me. I think differently. So you find that it means that you have to make a very strong decision and say, well, it means that if it means that you can still have a relationship with those that still believe, then cool. But it means that you have to decide, well, I'm gonna kind of choose this path to live, like to walk on. That probably means that I have to leave those behind.
I too feel that religion isn't going to change because of how prehistoric it is. Like, it's just like it's been around forever. I do feel that it's dying though, and as the world becomes more open and more accepted to a variety of people, less people are inclined to go to church because they know of the narrow mindset that comes with it. Like many of us who have been through church and understand it, but then now we're like, all right, then I'm finding myself more spiritual. I'm finding myself who knows where it is. I'm finding myself like we're all now on the outskirts, and I think that even people who aren't a part of the LGBT community are still bringing themselves on the outskirts because they know that something's not adding up, because their mindset is also changing. And churches are getting smaller, the congregations are getting smaller. They're finding it harder and harder to fund it with the way that the world is anyway. Everything's expensive, and if they haven't got the people, it's just going to die out. And should it die out? I feel like religion has done a lot of good things in this world that doesn't get talked about, but it also is the brunt of loads of bad things. Like, and most bad things in the world it's been the label, as in I'm doing this because of my religion, from slavery to all of the wars that are going on now. It's just I think
I don't want to say that it's because of religion. Do you know what I mean? I think that it's easy to you can use your religion to justify it, because we do what we were talking about earlier, in selecting the verses and the bits that we want to support our story.
But is that not because of religion anyway? Because it's their faith with religion that's forcing them to do that.
But I don't think it's that wrong. Like in life, there's always there's, like you said, the yin and the yang, the good, the bad. There's times of war, there's times of peace. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you believe something, regardless, you're going to think that the God that you subscribe to is behind your movement, because there's war and there's peace, bro. Do you know what I mean?
But that's religion as a whole, then.
I don't know if it's religion, though. I think, like I'm saying, I think it's a.
But if they're doing it in the name of religion, then surely it's religion. Because they're like this, it's their thoughts and their beliefs,
but they're using religion as a justification
to scapegoat,
to support what they're doing. Because my God gave me authorization to stab you, I'm okay.
But it's still God's driven.
Okay.
And that's the I guess that's the essence of what I'm talking about.
It's driven and justified.
Yeah.
I think that maybe I separate God and religion. The two aren't synonymous to me. Do you know what I mean? I think religion is the.
I don't understand when people do that. I feel like they're the same.
Nah, bro.
Like obviously,
but
like
religion is the practice of what you're doing.
It's
the I'm getting up and going to church every Sunday. It's the the practice of the things that you do.
No, but it's not necessarily just the practice. It is the whole belief set about the God, because then different religions have different beliefs about God. So it's not necessarily you have to go to church. It's as a Christian I believe there's God and Jesus is the Son of. So that's what religion is. Really, you are a Christian because you believe something, not necessarily because you do something.
So, okay, I'm kind of lost now. So then, how do you see God and how do you see religion? Are they the same or are they separate? Because you said you don't like it when people separate them.
No, I don't understand when they separate them, because to me it is the same. It's all a part of the same. It's like library and books. It's all the same.
No, it's not.
Like if it's a collection of everything, if it's a collection of books, it's a library. But that's just what it is. It's a collection of people talking about one sort of thing. It's their religion, but it's God.
That's like school and education, bruv. They're not the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Like you go to school and that's the system, the structure, blah 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 blah. But you can be educated elsewhere. That's why I say God is different to religion, because religion is the constraints of. You know what I mean? These are the rules that you need to live by. Da 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 da. Whereas God, as far as I'm concerned, you can have a direct conversation, a direct relationship.
It's a universal spiritual thing.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I get my guidance from anyway. I don't subscribe to religion like that.
God in
you
itself
can't tell me
is
what
more
to
spiritual.
do based on some book written by a middleman. I'm sorry, like
I don't
if you can talk to Moses, you can talk to Jacob, you can talk to me.
You can talk to me, exactly.
Not my neighbor.
Now put my hands up.
Wow.
No, but you're right there. That's spot on.
I think that's
Fair enough. Point taken. I do understand that. I don't know. I don't see where religion's gonna go, and if it can go anywhere. Whether gays will be the ones to do something to help that. I don't even know if queer people want to.
I mean, there are people I know that have set up queer churches and that.
Oh yeah.
I know as well. I've been invited to,
but to an extent that they want to really change the religion, or is it that they just
perception?
No, I think they do it more as a way of accepting themselves in their religion. So they go to a place where they don't feel judged, but they still have the same.
Would you go to one of them then?
No.
Yeah,
why not then?
He just doesn't believe in religion.
I just don't like religion. Don't believe in it. I just don't feel.
I can understand that.
I just don't.
So you're an atheist? Is that what it's called?
Atheist.
No, atheist. No, I'm not an atheist because I do believe in a higher being as such, but I just don't like religion.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just don't feel I fit into. Right.
Look at breast in here.
I was like, what are you doing? Look, you just had a nipple in my face.
Yeah, I just don't connect with it at all. I don't. And like I said, it kind of makes me nervous. I don't like it at all.
Junior, where do you see religion going?
Nowhere. I see it. Nowhere. I just nowhere.
Do you feel like it will ever change?
No, I don't think it would ever change. I agree with what you said by maybe less and less people over the years will believe in it, but I don't see it.
I mean, obviously, gay marriage in general, I don't even really like calling it gay marriage.
Yeah, it's marriage.
I don't like putting a classifier in the beginning. Doesn't really.
Don't say straight marriage.
I'm having a gay barbecue.
Like it's just gonna be colourful and balloons everywhere. Like I don't understand that. But in church, it does. I mean, I don't know, because I don't really too much care about churches in general. So if someone wants to get married in church, same sex wants to get married in church, doesn't really make it.
What about your partner? What if he wanted to get you? What if he wanted you two to marry in a church?
If I had one.
No.
Hypothetically speaking.
In a church, I probably wouldn't want to get married in a
How
church.
would you? What if you or your partner wants to get? Because you don't believe in religion, so would you get married in a church?
I prefer not to.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to get married in a church. I think there's nicer places.
Yeah, exactly. A lot nicer places.
Brighter.
I think a lot of gay people
Like
say
Brixton
that.
High Street.
Did you say?
I said a lot of gay people say the same thing because it's the one place you feel rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the church believes that we're trying to force them.
Yes.
It's like, dude, if you're not going to be there
Exactly.
the day, then I'd rather you not pronounce any sort
Yeah.
of blessing over me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.